Assalamu alaikum, peace and blessings. I pray that all is well and everyone is in the best of health and spirits. It is your sister, your aromatherapist, Denise Renee Muhammad, and we're coming on today for another episode of our Health and Wellness Power Hour with myself and my brother, my co host, Brother Sean Ali of Supreme Health and Wellness. So as you all come in, go ahead and share the video. There he is. Share the video. Sharing is caring. Sharing is caring. All right. Assalamu alaikum, Brother Sean.
Wa alaikum assalam, sis.
Yes, sir. How are you?
All is well. No major complaints, concerns. you
Right,
know,
right.
mm,
Yes. So
living is the
our
best part
topic,
of life.
right. That is life, right? So, our topic today is overcoming and forgiving self. Overcoming and forgiving self. So, we're going to dive into that,
Mm.
starting with you, Brother Sean.
I was listening real quick. Shit. Oh yeah, that's as we was talking about earlier, man. It's something that you know we can be born into imbalances and discrepancies and things like that. So,
Right,
and it's not so much as this world feeds on it, but it's just the frequency of it. So it's just not a high frequency world. So
right,
we can only get from it what it is. And especially, you can't when it's dealing with low and high frequencies, they repel each other. So opposites
hmm,
attract with magnetics, but with the higher frequencies, like love repels hate. The opposites
right,
don't attract on that. You know what I mean? So like attracts like when it comes to that type of frequencies. So when you and it's depicted in almost every movie, every neighborhood you go, like you see so it's like this is just the frequency of this world, and being born in it, we become a part of it, until I don't like to use that the reference of the Matrix, but almost a lot of us have seen it and we could use that as a visual to see, okay, bam. You know what I mean? Like
right.
right, the artistic rendition of what, but it's not a system that somebody else is controlling. It's we are doing it. If we don't know how to get ourselves out, that's when we become stuck. And that's where a
Mm,
lot of us, you know what I mean? Because this world is catered to that lower frequency. So everything around it is just to get you to cope with it. So you get a Prozac, which will help you to balance out so you can keep moving throughout it. You get a
and end
Valium
up
to
and
help you
end
to,
up worse. Yeah.
but that's all you know what I'm saying? So, you could spend the rest of your life looking for that piece to the puzzle, but it's not in this world.
That's right.
And even, no matter what color the doctor is, if they're all feeding from the knowledge of this system. You feel me? So
Mhm.
there's still no help. Like like you could go to somebody that looks like you and they're wearing the same white coat that you get from this system. and it's not solution based. So, we get stuck with, okay, I done went through something, I'm going, and there, I mean, and it's easy to become stuck with that. This is where, like aromatherapy comes in, because certain
Right.
smells, certain things can trigger that old memory, take you back. Grandmama's kitchen,
A good memory, yes.
or a bad memory. I mean, with the
Yeah.
aromatherapy, you get the good. I'm saying in the reference, just like if we out here in the world, we could get, and that will remind us of something we went through.
Right.
But usually it triggers trauma, what I mean, something on the negative scale, right? Where the aromatherapy helps to balance us out, because it can bring us out and bring us back into the positive scale, because we went through something, and we can't erase it. You like, we have to learn how to deal with it and but just how to deal with it, how to put it where it's at in the past. Because no matter how many times I replay it, I still can't redo it. Right? I can replay it a million times in my head, but I can't redo it. I cannot physically redo it. And so it's dealing with the hippocampus part of the brain, right? And where's my mom? It ain't, but that's the part of the brain that is dealing with, and because that's where the memory is at. That's where the things we've done that is stored at, and that's if it's falling under that explicit memory, the on purpose memory is being stored long term in a high in a red flag type category. So like if it's a file cabinet, that joint's in the yeah, with a red tab on it, like boom. But when we're looking at
engram.
As in some that's what it's called in Dianetics, an engram, right? And
right,
when we're looking at that, see, but what it's called could be many things. The solution to it, you feel me? Like, because if it's, these are the things that weigh us down and make us unhealthy physically, that end up prematurely killing us.
right.
I tried to rob a bank and went to prison for it. I've been on 2 murder trials. I've spent 12 years in prison. My mother, I mean, I don't have nothing in life. Like, financially, I'm not that good. As I am with health and wellness. if I had what I could do with health and wellness on the financially, I get taken advantage of. I get easily led in the wrong direction, hard to lead in the right. I fall for these schemes. I fall for these quick get rich joint. So I'm just being rich, you know what I mean? But this is because all of us don't have the same beginning, and that's cool. All of us ain't do the same things in life, and that's cool. But all of us might have something in our closet that we might consider a mistake, a failure, this or that. But when we get to the root of it, it's us that's classifying these things as mistakes, failures, and such and such. So that list of things that I went down, the people that know me, that went with me through it, they like, damn, man, boy, you strong. You went through. See, I don't look at it like they look at it.
Right.
Because in the midst of the list, it wasn't that I was having fun, but I was living my life. A burden between me and my mother. She looks at, oh, you heard us going to prison, and I'm like, how the hell I hurt y'all? I didn't. My crime wasn't against y'all. Like it was me in that goddamn jail. Like how the hell did I hurt y'all? Y'all, you telling me that's how y'all looked at me being in prison? Was I hurt y'all? And my crime wasn't against y'all? Y'all know no, my crime wasn't even in our where we lived at. Like, how did it hurt you? And so what was it? So what did it do to me? You know what I mean? But I'm saying these are the like it didn't even hurt me because how's the saying? If it don't kill you, what don't kill you make you stronger. So if you still here, so if you are still here, that means you gotta be stronger because that's the saying. If it don't kill you, it makes you stronger. So if you wake up, that means it didn't kill you. If you wake up tomorrow, well, it don't matter whenever you fall asleep, because all of us ain't on the same schedule. They said sleep is the closest to death that we can experience. Right. So because you in the controller, you're not in control, you might not wake up. So if you go to sleep, no matter all of the shit we could have did, I just gave y'all a list of some terrible things, man. Y'all know this about you, but so if I fall asleep and I wake up, woo, and I wake up, right? What does that now? I'm supposed to be stronger.
Right. You get the lessons from that, from whatever we go through. It's
not supposed to be a burden because God won't put a burden. That's not how he works. I call it a burden because when I go to tell my story, see, I didn't describe that list as oh man. Nah, I gave it to you like you couldn't feel bad for me. You almost, but my demeanor, my expression, my explanation of it, it don't cause you to feel bad of it. Because I'm like, no, I wouldn't be what I am right now. I've been molested.
Exactly.
I've been homeless. I've slept in my car. I've been broke. I've been hungry. I've thought about killing myself.
Wow.
My children have seen me break down and cry because I ain't got no help. I've never had help. So, but I wake up every day. I go to sleep. I don't pray to wake up. Nobody in my condition prays to wake up. All that lay me down and go to sleep. That's if you in a state like this, that's not something you're praying for. If you do, you do. If you don't, but if you do, you're supposed to be stronger because it didn't kill you. My day didn't. So I'm saying this is what fuels me. Because yes, I can think about all of the things. I get triggered. I see relationships. In the nation, we got to honor your mother and your father, especially your mother on your birthday. I can't, it's certain things that's a trigger to me. That's a trauma to me. I see people expressing things about their moms, this and that. I see movies where the mother did this for the child and risked her life. That's traumatic to me because I don't have that. So that's an everyday burden. And I'm 51 years old.
Wow.
You feel like, so this is potential weight on my shoulder. Now, bear in mind, we already got atmospheric weight, pressure, physical pressure. For every square inch of our body, there's 14.7 pounds of pressure of the atmosphere that's upon us. You feel me? So
and we don't feel
eating,
it. That's the grace. That's the mercy.
If now when you see that person like this, it's crushing them. We have the ability to remain balanced and stronger, right? Like you said, and we don't feel it because our physical inside is equal. But when we are going through something, we're not breathing. We are disturbing the inside pressure. So you see that person that's going through something, they're hunched over because the atmosphere is crushing them. You feel me? We got physical pressure, and we are decreasing our internal pressure, and it's boom. And
Right.
I'm saying this
That
is
internal
where
atmosphere.
exactly,
You know,
exactly,
that rain, hail,
exactly,
snow, and earthquakes inside of us, that mental weight,
exactly.
weighing
If I
other than
smile,
ourselves mentally.
if I smile, listen. If when y'all see Brother Sean always smiling, it ain't because I'm giving y'all my story, man. I don't have shit to smile about in my life, man. Outside of my children, my daughter's right there. She's right there, not 5 feet away from me. You know, I don't know what my story looks like when people see my video, but
Right.
we borderline homeless right now,
Mm.
because I was separated from this world. Yes, I had my two sons who are in their mid 20s now, but they weren't living with me. They were living with their mom. So I didn't have to have anything because I didn't have possession of my children, but I took care of them. So, and I wasn't with their moms. So it wasn't until I got my daughter when her mom moved and I had to take my daughter in, that now I had to get reconnected with this world. And it's like I didn't have anything because I didn't need anything to damn. I gotta get insured. Like all of the things that go with it, like you being the active parent. But I'm saying on top of not having no support system, I got a family, but for whatever reason, they don't mess with me. I've done nothing to them in my lifetime. The few crimes that I've done has never been against them. I ain't never was no crackhead, nothing like that, where I took advantage of my family. The stories they tell about me is me giving to them, me protecting them, me fighting for them, right? So I don't know where the disconnect comes at when I watch a movie, a TV show. I know my homeboys, they getting mail in the sale from their family. They getting visits, care packages. I mean, I get 12 and a half years, none of that. I went savage in this. Sis. Listen, I'm coming. Let me tell y'all, man. Listen to me now, because I had no
Wow.
support. So it's either you swim or you die. And your brother wasn't no. I turned into a shark, like and I was not a very good person for a stretch of my life because I had to take from people to survive. In prison, I came home with it. You feel me? You sound
Right.
like,
Yes.
and I wasn't a good person because I had to live my life taken because I had no other nothing. I was a baby, and they said my father looked at me and said, "I'm not his," and he treated me 51 years later,
Mm.
and I look just like him. Shit, oh, twins.
Wow.
I guess that's what my mother sees when she see me. So I'm not her only child. I'm not her oldest child, but they got glass. All of us wear glasses. I'm the only one had to get my own. So you like all of us got licenses. I'm the only one who had to get my own.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm going through life as I
Sister,
got old. Go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
We had a question here.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Scent
Go ahead.
triggers memory, which I celebrate, but it's the unconscious experience based in unpleasant traumas that are determined detrimental to health and well-being. Yes, ma'am. And then she asked, are you actively promoting prison ministry?
Good statement and good question. And you know, they say, and when we look at how the brain stores things, it's implicit, explicit. Implicit is we always receiving. The only thing we can turn off is our taste. So we're always receiving potential implicit memories, short term. So it's going to be recycled. That space is going to be recycled. The explicit are those meaningful, whether it's good or bad, memories, right? So it's hard to really for me to go and accept the concept of unconscious anything because I'm always receiving it. It's my brain. I can try to hide it and not remember it, and maybe sort of that would make they call unconsciousness. But if something the only thing that can be triggered, all memories can be triggered. What is considered a bad memory is a memory that I haven't solved. So every time that I remember it, it's I woulda, shoulda, coulda. See, I can talk about my life and I don't cry and get emotional because I've settled the fact what my father said. I've settled the fact what my mother them said. I've settled the fact of what happened to me by other people, molestation, being touched, even the things that I've settled that. So when I can think about it again and what it made me feel then, it doesn't make me feel now because I accept the fact that, yeah, I could have did that, but I didn't. Because that's what we replay. Those that I've been touched. So I understand when I think about being touched, at first it was, I should have hit him. I should have did this. I should have screamed. I should have ran. I'm done. See, I don't do that no more. Now it's okay. I was touched. I understand I could have, should have did this, but I didn't. And I'm okay. Brother Sean, you're okay with that. See, Brother Sean, you okay with the fact that you could have did this, but you didn't. See, I'm not going see, because that's where it's at. What I shoulda, coulda, woulda did. Right? And we get stuck there. Yeah, I know I could have did I shouldn't have did try to rob the bank. Yeah, I know that, but I did. So what am I going to do? You know what I'm saying? Right. Keep replaying what I should have did or deal with what I did do. And I'm still here because I'm still waking up.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and especially, right. So these are learned, these are explicit memories, and the bad ones are there because of our unresolved point of view of it. Because when we look at it, it's I woulda, shoulda, coulda, did. I would have hit him. I would have bit him. I would have See, that's what we because we strong now. See, we looking in the past as a stronger, healthier person. So now it's So when we just like you see people that go to these workout exercise or these martial arts self-defense. And they be like screaming, they be in some women that have been and people that have been in that situation, they will get caught up and they will, man, like, that stuff will come out of them. But this is why we having this topic, as what we talked about earlier, when I was like, I'll put myself on the chair, and because it's nothing that I can't say about my life, and it changes my present. You know what I mean? Like, I'm showing, like, I can tell
Yeah.
now I'm like, yes, this is it's not light
And it
issues.
helps it helps to bring it up. It helps to talk about it and bring it up.
Yes, yeah, but you shouldn't have to be destroyed again. See, like, I want to
Right.
show how to take that fear out of me telling that story because you scared of going through that emotional right. No, those are, see,
Well,
if you smile, you will create serotonin. See, so if you
right.
tell your story, smile like, yeah, man, look, man, my dad looked at me, he was like, man, he ain't mine. He's like, if I tell it like that, I'm getting serotonin, so it will counteract what potential memories I thought was attached to it. Because those only the memories that I remember I had when I heard it. Me
Right.
retelling it, I ain't gotta have those say those ain't those. That's not that don't come with it. No, this is see. Real quick, sis. Then I want you to jump
Yes.
in because we both got books on this topic,
Right.
that lead, because this leads to depression, anxiety, and all of the other mental health issues that, because just in my story, that's several people's story. Like your brother, I done with, man. And like I say, some of this stuff is still going because if I show you my birthday, my phone from my birthday for my whole life, if I could show you my phone bills for my birthday of every 51 years, you will see that I get no phone calls. Like, you would think your mother and father would call you.
You-
The last time, no, I take that back. The last time my father called me,
Okay.
I had to block him. He called me on my birthday. He was like, "Yeah, nigga, happy birthday." See, but you too good to call me, and hung up. And I tried to call him back because I'm like, what the fuck? And he would not answer the phone after 4 attempts. And I said, I'm never gonna let him ever in my life do that again. And I share a brother with him. And that was a sticking point with me and my little brother because he didn't have that relationship with our father. So he loved the dude, where I didn't necessarily hate him, but the last time I saw him, I had to put hands on him.
Wow.
Like, over some like, he tripping. Like, like, I'm a big now, dude. Like, nah, I ain't. Yeah. Like, so, I mean, the last conversation I had with my mother, it was me telling her, this is recently. I'm sending her like, yo, because I get disability for my parents. I've been receiving SSI disability since 2008 because of how I was raised, man. Because it took me going to prison, finding the Nation of Islam, coming out and spending that amount of time up until now trying to create me, man. Like, trying to, because, yeah.
Yes, sir. And some people don't, and it helps to tell your story because, it gives other people strength to, to talk about it because a lot of people don't talk about it because they afraid of what people are going to think and all of that type of stuff. So thank you for sharing that.
I mean, I've thought about what
Um,
people going. I mean, I've done a
being
couple.
open.
I'm not. It's where I'm at now. See, I realized that was my epiphany, if you will, where I'm at now. Because, like I said, if you wake up, what you gonna do? Like that's what I speak to my therapist every Wednesday, unless there's a holiday, right? We do a phone. Well, since COVID, we've doing phone calls and stuff. But I mean, I speak that stuff like what I'm saying now to somebody that's a stranger that ain't gonna give me no feedback that I know that I don't even and get that off my chest and leave. You know what I mean? So it's like,
Looks like
you know,
we,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
he's coming back.
Oh, I left out.
All right. Yes, it dropped off but you
Oh,
popped back on real quick, so that's good.
oh, okay, okay. I'm afraid to be too long. But go ahead, jump in, sis. I mean, I'm sorry, not jump in, but I do
Yeah,
because when we going through these things, especially being whether we trigger ourselves or we externally triggered, there's only a few healthy things that can immediately bring us back.
right.
One of the things I've employed is that Sister Denise is an expert
Right. Yes, aromatherapy, it helps to and actually we have an essential oil blend called forgiveness, and it helps to
in.
release those feelings. Um, and let me share what essential oils is in that blend. Geranium, it's a natural antidepressant, and it helps you when you smell geranium. Geranium is a flower, so any
Yes,
oils that come from flowers are soothing. And
yes.
geranium is really good for mental health, and it's uplifting, and it helps you to overcome those emotions because when you, like you were saying, how you smell something and it triggers, well, this triggers a good feeling. The smell of a flower
Mm,
of geranium is very beautiful, so you can't, as I said before, two things can't occupy the same space at the same time.
mm,
So those that low energy vibration, and with the essential oils being the highest vibration, it's going to overcome help you to overcome that, being in that low vibrational state. Sister, can
mm.
you put both your book titles? Yes, ma'am, I sure will. Thank you.
Yeah, I
Yes,
had
in the
some.
book,
Look, can you see
that
how
I
much I
have,
got left?
that's
I got a
geranium.
corner. Yeah, I got a corner left.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Put your books up. I'm sorry. Put your books up, sis.
Yes, the book. Let me see if I have the cover. Writing My Life, Creating My Mental Wellness. That's actually my best selling book
Mm.
on Amazon. And I'll put the link to it in the comments. Let me see if I have the
Ooh,
cover.
that's nice. Mm.
And another oil that helps you to overcome that is also frankincense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't have the cover on here, but I'll put the link in the comments for you all. Writing My Life, Creating My Mental Wellness. And it's kind of like it's a workbook, and journaling is another way, writing out how you feel, putting it out on paper, getting it out of your head and putting it down on paper. Like writing it out helps as well to deal with those emotions. And that book helps with that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
And that's what we was just using my story as a case study for those tuning in to show the solutions we both had
Right.
for dealing. I just have so many. I said, sis, I got a lot of issues. I told her earlier, I was like, shoot, we can use me because with all my
Right.
issues, we gonna touch a lot of different people. So we was already like so I was we was planned on using me and me briefly bringing up my issues so we could show the different techniques and therapies that we have for overcoming not just all different aspects of mental health and wellness of different engrams if that's what
Hmm.
studying,
Right.
however whatever your language that you use is pretty much all the same thing, you know what I mean, but we all can. It's easy to get triggered. I mean, so it should be easy
Yes.
to untrigger ourselves. That's what we want to show. Because 22, oh my bad, say how long it take get them old, how long it take for that
Yes.
geranium, that Geronimo.
22 seconds. Just 22 seconds. It goes to the limbic system of your brain.
Damn.
Like this right here is cinnamon. It just
Mm,
smells so good.
that's what I don't have,
Just
cinnamon.
make you want to.
Mm,
It reminds you that the red hot candies. You remember those
mm,
red? I don't know if y'all had that here, but we had red hots, and it smells just
mm-hmm.
like a cinnamon.
Mm.
But yeah,
Yes,
that's
yeah, the red hots is
just
just like, yeah, yeah.
right. Yes, sir. It's 22 seconds to help you overcome those emotions. The brother says, "Come on, this is so perfect for helping me fully get out of a state of low vibrations and thought and energy that I'm just starting to rise back out from, self-induced, and I must strive to stop choosing to place myself in a state of low vibration and energy. May Allah bless you both. All praises due to Allah." Yes, sir.
To a lot.
That's the
Yeah,
key.
yeah,
Choose to stop
yeah.
placing ourselves in that state.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we all
But
go
it's
through it. I
easy.
go through things too, get in that, as they call, stinking thinking.
Mm,
But then
mm.
I have, catch myself and stop. Just pull out one of these oils.
Yup,
Yeah.
yup. I'm telling you, it's because it's easy to be tricked. We're living. That's why I started with how I did with the society that we're living in is a low for frequency based society. Like
Right.
in the nation, in the supreme wisdom is asked, why does the devil keep us apart from his social equality? So we won't see how dirty and nasty he is in all his affairs
No,
because
his
we will
ways.
run them
Right.
amongst us, right? So that is based on that because it's their society. So the only solutions are solution based to keep you satisfied enough to keep living in it, not how to, like
Exactly.
what we got in the nation, rising above emotions into the thinking of
Thinking
God.
of God.
You
Right.
can't get that from this
You gotta
world.
rise.
Right. But you ain't gonna get that from this world, that type of solution. You know what I mean? Because you like
Hmm.
so it's like when we're looking at, okay, outside of that, what can I physically do? Yes, you can eat, drink, and take something, but you got, like I'm saying, like Sister Denise say, man, like I'm I'm telling you, I believe in these oils, man, like because we know, especially in the nation where the messenger teaches us that fasting is our cure, right? For
Right.
90% of what ails us both mentally now and physically. So how can I use fasting mentally? Like with my story. Okay, fasting is to stop doing something. for a specific
Right.
period of time. So I'm employing that with, okay, I can't stop remembering my life. I can't fight my own brain. That's when the triggers become uncontrollable. See, when you try to suppress a memory and you get triggered, that's when it becomes uncontrollable to you, because you was trying to hide it anyway. How you gonna hide yourself from yourself? See, we gotta go from this, because I'm going to accept the fact that whatever it is I was going through, yes, I could have did something different and not with the prison. Yes, I could have fought back when he was touching me and but I was frozen. Yes, I could have did this when that was doing that. Yes, I could have said that but I didn't. And I'm okay. I'm okay with that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because now when the brain is going, see, the brain is a computer. So when there's a missing part that we keep alive, because every time I think about that man touching me, I should have fought back. Okay, I didn't. Damn, you did, Sean.
Right.
Let that shit go, bro. You did. If you see him again, fuck him up. But you did. You can't let it go, so your brain can lock it up, and it's not going anywhere because it's a part of you.
And it's not
But
your
now
fault.
it's not a trigger no more. It's just a memory.
Right.
See, you see what I'm saying? Because now we get to that part. If we approach it that way, see, because we try, like everything else is just to turn that signal off for a period of time. Oh yeah, take this, take that, do this, do that, even prayer. Okay, well, once that prayer wears off, that prayer effect wears off, you right back. So you can either keep it, and a lot of us don't have the opportunity to keep praying. Okay, but we should not be afraid of my own life, because if it didn't kill me, it makes me stronger. So that means I'm supposed to be stronger, man. Come on. Come
Still
on.
here. You here to tell the story. That's what's up, right? You here. Yes.
So
God still has work for you to do.
That's what I'm saying.
What you're doing right now is helping somebody else to heal and to talk about what they went through. So praise be to Allah.
Right. All praise. I mean, that's that exactly, because it's through the knowledge of the teachings that helps me, because in How to Eat to Live, the most honorable Elijah Muhammad says, you are the God of yourself. Oh, so when I look at this brain, I control that with my thoughts. So yes, all of these parts that we can point to, they are operational, and they have a certain degree of functioning under their own power, because they keep my heart beating, my lungs respirating. I don't have to do that. So certain different parts of my brain does that, right? But I can have the ultimate effect on everything. But if we don't know that, we can't practice. See, like your book with the writing book, it's how we practice how to control myself, how we practice how to rewrite my life.
Right.
So now when I can instead of this memory draining me, it will empower me. See, I done just told this story. I ain't break down one time, man. I used to break down. I used to be like, man, I gotta cry. It used to be draining, because these events were traumatic to me, but only because I knew I should have did something different. I would have never did that shit that got me 12 years in prison. Nah. You know what I mean? Like, no. No. Like, I can't redo it. But had I not went there, I would not have learned some of the stuff. I would have not found the nation. I would have not had the time to that you don't have out here to get yourself together. When I was back then, this is the early 90s now. This is 92. I went to prison. So at that time when black men was going to prison, they was coming home. You knew you because this brother was shining. Who see back then, prison was almost the training ground effect, but on a good scale because that's where you had the bro. We was coming home like dictionaries, swole dictionaries.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean? But so I would have never had that. I would have never been able to be Brother Sean Ali. Cause you did like Malcolm X was found in prison, Sean Ali was born in prison. Right? So,
Right.
you know what I mean? So how can I
From darkness to light.
right? And any with my parents, like, okay, yes. And I've talked to them about it, as however I could, about, what it was and what could have been. But I still have to deal with right now.
Right.
You see, like, I still got to deal with right now. So when can I take my eye off of right now? You feel like it also this is how we counteract, because when I get triggered, how do I bring myself out of the trigger without needing medication or drug or alcohol or a cigarette? Okay, I make myself become present. I got the essential oil. Bam, I got a house. You see, I got a whole case full of. I keep them on hand. So, man, I'm tripping. Hold up, 22 seconds. See, look, 22 seconds.
22 seconds. Show them where it
goes.
goes.
See, and it's going right here to the olfactory nerves right here. So that those molecules, they going up and they hitting right the blood-brain barrier will allow the molecules of the essential oils to easily pass through. The blood-brain barrier is designed to protect any openings of the brain, right? So it allows the molecules of the essential oil to pass through. This is your frontal lobe. This is where your thinking is at. It goes right there and it travels that path. This is the limbic system. And it going right down the brain stem, right in that spinal fluid, that cerebral spinal fluid being dispersed throughout your body. Bam! Introduced it to the bloodstream and having that immediate effect on the nervous system. See, this is science. So then you get the books. So both of us have writing, books that we had. Sis, did you have the picture of your writing book or no?
No, I don't have it on here, but I put the link on the screen and in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah, you want to calm your nerves. Lavender is good. Chamomile. Bergamot is another good one. They all help the nervous system overcome anxiety, stress, depression naturally.
Mm-hmm. That thing had drain my nostrils real quick. Hey, and this is orange. It made my sinus. I mean, grapefruit. It made my sinuses run real quick. It drained them real quick. But
really?
This is yeah. I had to go because it was like me smelling it.
Just that quick.
And this is what I created, creating me, right? And as that depiction is of the construction worker, because it's a opportunity for us to recreate ourselves, right? So it's creating me, my power, perfection, and life. And it's an opportunity to, rewrite our journey, our life, and because, in from a
Right, to his
psychology,
semblance.
right, it's the defining self, and these are practices that I learned in school, pursuing my degree and in mental health. It's like you said earlier, it says journaling. So it's just a different method of journaling. All of them are good, and more than one is great,
Right.
so because how you get through one book, you be like, man, I wish I could do this again. You know what I
Yes.
mean? So it's an ongoing process. If health and wellness is every day.
Right.
It's not, oh, I did it, I'm done. Like a 30-day challenge, and then if you wake up, you like your health, you gotta do health and wellness, right? So I gotta live. I woke up, I
Right.
have to live. See,
That's right.
that's what my epiphany. I'm waking up. So okay, the first thing I do when I open my eyes, I'm telling you, y'all just heard my story. I smile because my eyes open. I gotta do something. I gotta do something. So I know I'm not going to kill myself. So I know I got until I go to sleep again and to see what's gonna happen. Right? So I'm not going to do anything that causes me pain. So like I'm not trying to do nothing to hurt myself, make myself unhealthy.
Right.
So I'm going to exercise. I'm going to eat to live. I'm going to go outside and I'm going to smile because I'm amongst the living. I'm present. It doesn't matter what I've been through.
Yes.
Presently, I'm amongst the living. Jesus said, "The dead take care of the dead, the living
That's
deal with the
right.
living." Right. So I woke up. I, hey, today, yeah, there
Praise
wasn't a day.
God.
Yesterday wasn't a day. So yeah, all right. Know what I'm saying, you know what I mean. So now, I so and that was my that helped. That was my training. That was my practice until it became learned
Right.
behavior because that's what we're dealing with. I learned how to make those memories traumatic. I learned how to because that's what I was doing. Now I'm learning how to make them empowering. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, yeah,
Sister
yeah.
Eon asked, she says, if you beat him up when you see him, isn't that the result of being triggered?
Mm-mm. No, eye for eye, 2 for 2. I'm all for get back. If it take no, if I forgive you, the Quran say I get a bigger blessing. But it doesn't say I get a punishment if I get my lick back. It just says if I forgive you,
Mm,
I get a bigger blessing. So I don't teach my children that. You have every right to get your lick back. If you choose not to, that's on you or not. But you have to be, you can't exceed the lick because the devil's limitation is equality. He can't be equal and do equal and deal equal. So he can't rise to perfection in God. But I don't practice that. So if I'm dealing with equality, I can't exceed. I can't, this is, it's the emotional that you didn't the emotional damage is not what you done to me, is what I should have did in the situation. That's on me, you know.
mm. She asks, is
Everything,
forgiveness off the table?
no. True story. The last words I heard, the only person that ever in my 51 years that ever cared about me, my older sister. She died in 2005 when I was in prison. That's what made me stop going back to prison, because I got a phone call and my niece's father was abusing her. And the only reason he could do it because I was in prison. Because when I was home, I was her protector, even though I was her little brother, because he was scared of me. She used to call me 4 o'clock in the morning. And I used to get in my car.
Mm.
And the last words she said to me was, kick his ass. I'm on the prison phone. She could barely talk. She was dying. The last words I heard from her was, kick his ass. The only time I saw him was at my niece's funeral, who died from a car, her daughter. The only opportunity I had to see him was at her funeral. And I'm looking at him. This the only moment I got. The only moment I got.
Right.
Because I know I would never, the only way I could have seen with him was through her. She's in the casket. When we walk out today, I will never do what my bigger sister told me to do. And I've been preparing for this my whole life. This 2021. I'm ready. I'm ready this day. Everybody know this. The whole family know this. So they all kind of looking at me. And I walk up to him. And I give him a hug. And I say, I'm going to hug him. And when I hug him, I'm going to pull him in. And he done. I'm going to crush him. And when I hugged him, I said, I love you, bro.
Wow. Wow.
His family was looking at, because
That's
they know. They know. Everybody knows. They know. So everybody is looking at me walk across this church from one side to the other. And they all sitting down. Viewing is done. They ready close. They done viewing. They ready close the casket. Because this was my opportunity. I'm ready to crush him. He done. I ain't gonna never see him again. He ain't coming to the repast. I know he not.
Right.
This is it. Boom.
Right.
Ah! And when I touched him and we hugged, and I had my decision to make, I said, I love you, bro.
Wow.
And I felt
powerful.
his spirit. I felt him just like release.
Wow.
So no, forgiveness is never off the table. Forgiveness is never off the table. Because I gotta live with my sister words and me not doing
Sister
it.
says,
Go
right.
ahead. What'd you say, sis?
That's powerful. All praises due to Allah. The sister says, Allah had you, dear brother.
Yes. Yes. No doubt.
And let's see.
No doubt. Now that's the
Brother
one I
Lewis
cry on.
asks, he says, how do you find it so easy?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead. What you say? Go ahead.
Brother Lewis says, how do you find it so easy to write emotions on paper? Do I stop myself from doing so by thinking too hard? Could it be easy as writing? Maybe I'm angry, frustrated, and then asking myself why. And writing, why is that? As you begin to flow in writing, that emotions begin to lighten up in the process of journaling. Yes, and if my book, the book is a workbook, so it's going to take you through steps. The questions, it's going to ask you certain things, and then you write it out. So that's the power and the beauty of the book that I have. It's not just a book with blank sheets of paper. It's questions, asks you how do you feel, write your emotions out, and then what you could have done differently, things of that nature. So yes, it does help.
Yes. Yes. If you block, don't be scared of crying, man. Don't be scared because it's got and some because
Right.
ha, things. It's only so many ways something can get out of us, right? Right? You know what I mean? So emotions are also turned into chemical hormones, messengers, right? That are flowing in our bloodstream that the body has to flesh out and release, right? Because these are substances now.
Right.
So, tears is one of the avenues for those emotions to be released from the eye ducts, right? So, sometimes that's why when you're angry, you cry. When you're happy, you cry. Will you marry me? Yes. So the tear ducts are the release of these hormones that are coming from the limbic system. So when you look in the eye, the eye it's right there. You know what I mean? So the eye's here. So that release point makes sense when the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland is what's controlling these emotions. You know what I mean? So that's, when we're looking at that part at the brain, bam, I can control this because this the control center, that frontal lobe. I just have to produce the thought. Like I say, if I'm present, you know, and sometimes when we are writing, being triggered is when we want to have the journal. So if you're triggered, one of the training practices is to write, you know, because you're going to do something when you're triggered. So you want to train yourself to do positive, constructive things instead of negative, destructive things. Because when you're triggered, you're in the autonomic nervous system. You're in fight or flight. So there's we can train ourselves to bring ourselves up out of that. The essential oils, 22 seconds. Then now
Right.
you're writing to go through that experience. Okay, what was it that triggered me? Was it a sight, a smell, a sound? Okay, what did I, and then because it's your life. So now you get a picture of one of your triggers. Now you just like if you have an allergy, they'll give you one of them, the broad spectrum of things, and every day you gotta, stick yourself or put something different on your skin to see what you're allergic to. So it's no different because it's easy to be
Right.
triggered. That's easy, man. I mean, it's easy.
Very easy.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Anybody that's talked to me when I'm driving, they know I got road rage sometimes. Shoot, not bad, but it'll come out. Yeah, it
Yes.
comes out. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I ride with essential
One of the
oils though.
things I
Yeah.
like, yeah, I was about to say, have one of my inhalers. That's
Mm,
aromatherapy on the go. So when you're out in those situations, you don't have a bottle of oil in your purse or your pocket. You can take this inhaler with you, And
Hmm.
anytime you need to rise above some emotions or relieve some stress, some tension, just inhale.
Hmm.
Take a few deep breaths. Yes, indeed. It's that easy.
That easy. Shush. You ain't worried about no side effects. You ain't worried about whether it's GMO,
Right,
organic. You ain't worried about no nothing else, none of that. Because you're not even eating it or drinking it. You just smell
right.
it. Right,
Just
right,
smell it.
right. And it's better than the smudging. Because yes, you can burn sage and all of those other things, but the combustion off of anything that's burnt is deadly. Smokey the Bear in elementary, they say if don't smell smoke. If you smell smoke, stop, drop, and roll, because smoke kills you before the fire. So
Right,
yes, you know any burning, any combustion is releasing CO2. We aren't supposed to be inhaling CO. We exhale CO2. So this is help 100% healthier than anything else. You can't compare.
right. Because when you're diffusing it, you're putting the oils in water and it's like a fine mist that's being dispersed in the air. So it's nothing toxic or anything like that.
Look, you put a blend on and you get a session ready to tell your story, whether it's to yourself. See, I don't mind telling my story to myself. You know, I mean, I was my own therapist because I didn't have nobody else to talk to, you know, and not that I'm crazy, but I was telling my story to I said it out loud basically. I mean, I didn't just think it in my head. You
Right.
know?
You
My
got it
children
out of
might
your
be like,
head.
"Who you talking to?" Yeah, exactly. I'm saying it out loud. Say it out loud. Say it with your
Right.
chest, you know, because that's a release. It's only so many ways something can get out of me. You know what I mean? So
Yes.
right, you know, and that's how I learned to take control. See, the goal, I can't erase it. I'm not trying to erase it. Like I need to control the emotions that are attached to it. I
Right.
attach the emotions to it. See, that's where the beginning is at. No matter what the occasion is, whatever emotions that were attached to it was the range of emotions that I knew at that time. The
Hmm.
younger I am, the smaller that range of emotions. Now that I'm a big man and my range of words and range of emotions have expanded, I got more ways to define something that happened to me 25, even a week ago. Because it's not just good or bad anymore. It's not just, you know, this, that, you know, because, and then we got to also understanding that when the brain is going through something, it fills in the missing blank. See, when your brain ain't gotta, so if this word is gone, and if it's okay, that's avatar, right? So if you
Right.
take out that right there, your brain is going to fill in the missing blank, and you're going to see that that's avatar. It's going to fill in what I erased, and you're going to see that that's avatar written right there. So the brain fills in missing pieces. So when I'm putting that with, you know, these memories. Okay, the longer it was away, my memory can't be as sharp as it. I'm understanding how the brain
Right.
works because I'm understanding how the brain works, so I can take control of myself. I'm not tricking myself. I can't change what happened. I can control how I feel about what happened. Overcoming
Exactly.
You see him and survive. Right? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Overcome.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because if
Powerful.
it didn't kill me, what's the expression? If it don't kill, what don't kill me makes me
Makes you
stronger.
strong.
I'm supposed to be. You know how strong I'm. Y'all heard my story. Y'all, that ain't even all my story, man. I don't want to
That
give
ain't
it to
even
y'all
all of
like
it.
that.
I was
Cause
about to
yeah,
say
that's a boom,
that.
a nickel's worth, man. I got a man, but like I told sis, I only
Right.
wanted to share it to say if I could share a portion of what I did my life, and you guys have known me for being smiling and upbeat and energetic, like, but I deal with it's not a mask. If I smile, I'm producing serotonin.
Right.
So I'm going to tell this story smiling.
Self-healing. Yeah.
Right.
Self-healing.
So I'm gonna get this stuff out. But
Self-love,
I ain't gonna hurt
self-care.
myself. Yes,
Right.
praise be to Allah, man.
Praise
Praise
be
be to
to Allah. Yes. Thank you for sharing. As they say, sharing is caring.
Allah, man.
Right. Yes. Beautiful. Well, we are going to wrap it up. Let's see. Brother Lewis says, yes, sir. More words to define. This is so essential. I've been talking about finding the meaning and defining my trauma, and this helps so much to define because in defining, I am able to find the apart from the cons and tie it to my purpose. That's powerful. That's a word right there, brother. Thank you for sharing that
Yes,
comment.
sir. That's the closing statement. That's
Wow, that's on that note, Brother
yeah.
Lewis has closed us out. Praise be to
Yes, sir.
Allah. Thank you
Praise
for
be
that.
to Allah.
That's a
Yes,
bar,
sir.
as they say. That's a bar right there.
That's a bar. Yes. See, yes, sir.
Bars,
Yeah.
bars.
Bars. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
We
Thank
got
you,
the best
family, for
audience in the
tuning
world,
in.
boy. See.
We do. We do. We
Yeah.
thought we were late. We were right on time all the time.
Right on time. All the time.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you all for tuning in. Share this video out, share this message, and tune in, inshallah, next week, same channel. All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.